As a fully initiated Illuminati secret society of one that I've been for a long time, I just spit that terminology out like 6 months ago. Looks like I'm not alone anymore. This morning in the safety meeting, we've had at least two, if not three fires this week within eyeshot of this job. A couple days ago, as I was leaving, I go that way on the freeway, and that direction was a smoke cloud, and I pulled over and I stopped and I filmed it and talked for a minute, told you this is your daily plasma fire traffic report update, a minute or two, and I deleted that video to clear out my memory to make another video. And then this morning, Gordon is sitting next to Shane. Shane is Bud's nephew. Bud is number 2 in command, who I sent the initial opening of this can of worms regarding plasma fire information to via text message. Sent him all the plasma fire videos. And my first discussion I had with Bud, Shane was standing right there next to him. So I know Shane is in on the intel. So when Gordon and Shane are like this. They play grab ass and slap knee every morning. So I know that Shane has filled Gordon in on some of these things. This morning, Gordon turns to Shane and says, yeah, over there on the backside of the mountain there, and I forget, he might have specified the little township or whatever. They said there was a lightning strike, started a fire over there. Shane's like, oh, really? And Gordon goes on to say, yeah. So I'm not sure, it sounds like maybe there's two, because they said there was a lightning strike that started a fire, and then Gordon goes on to also say something about, they say someone's over there trying to start fires. Shane says, oh yeah, and Gordon says, yeah, did you see the little white helicopter circling around? Shane says, no. He said, yeah, that was the police helicopter looking for the guy that's starting the fires. And as soon as Gordon said fire, it perked my ears and I look over, and as soon as Gordon sees me look over, he kind of looks over at me and continues talking to Shane. And I asked, where was this? He said, oh, just over there. I said, so just like the other side of that mountain or whatever? He said, yeah. I said, oh yeah, I saw one the other day, a couple days ago. I was actually going that way, but as I was leaving work, I saw one the other direction. They knew what I was talking about. They said, oh yeah, that was over in Daniels, which is in Provo Canyon, between Park City and Provo, on the way to work. We passed a little township and an offshoot of a place called Daniels. And yeah, but it was just a small one. So they acknowledged the smoke cloud that I filmed the other day as I was leaving work, filmed that smoke cloud, and I erased it from my cache. Why do you need to see me show you another smoke cloud in the distance? And what I filmed since I erased that is much more important. So the one that I filmed the other day leaving work, the smoke cloud, they acknowledged, oh yeah, we saw that. Yeah, that was just a little one though over there in Daniels. And also Gordon's saying that there was a supposed lightning strike that lit one over here, and that they say there's a guy running around starting fires, and they even got the police helicopter circling looking for him. When I first spoke to Bud and Shane, having that first discussion, I referenced the fire that started right over here. Then I went over there and I took video of it and showed you plasma fire. And Bud says at that time, when him and Shane were standing there and we were having our first discussion, after I'd sent him the information and given him all weekend to digest it, come Monday morning, he said, oh, that one over there, they said that's arson. I said, yeah, they say a lot of things. So now they're saying that one over there's arson too, and lightning strike. So maybe there was 2 fires over there. Was it lightning or was it arson, or was there 2 fires? Because there was definitely the one over that direction with the smoke cloud rising. So at least 2, if not 3, the smoke cloud rising over there, and the lightning and the arsonist fire over here. At least 2, if not 3 fires this week visible from at least 2, if not 3 fires this week visible from this job site. Now, my question is, I wonder, do they believe those cover stories about a guy setting fires? Or do they even believe the one about the lightning strike? Or do they believe their own eyes and the 4 years of library that I have that proves none of the above is the case in these fires? So, as we're all sitting there kind of having this tongue-in-cheek conversation where I know Shane's in on the act, He's in on the intel. And I'm sure he shared it with Gordon. But I'm pretty sure Lisa that's sitting here next to me, I don't think she's in on it. I don't think anyone's clued her in. Because she's always looking for an opportunity and inroads to create conversation and stuff. And if anyone had told her, she'd have approached me and, Jeff, I know blah, blah, blah about your fire page or whatever. So we're essentially having secret society conversations right there in the morning safety meeting, casually and nonchalantly. About the 3 fires that have happened this week within eyeshot of this job. And so when Gordon turns to Shane and says all these things, oh, hey, you know, there's a fire over there, the lightning strike, did you see the helicopter circling? Yeah, that was the police helicopter looking for the guy that's starting them. If you can see the police helicopter from this job site, that means the fire was right over there, apparently. My point is, we're having discussions now like a secret society where it's all tongue-in-cheek and we have mutual understandings about the underlying truths that we're aware of without explicitly saying it out in the open. And in that way, that might be Gordon's way of saying, hey, Jeff, you know those fires that you kind of showed us all and taught us of? More of them over there. And the cover story is lightning and a guy starting the fires. And to even enhance and embellish the cover story, they're circling a helicopter, and thank God they are, to keep the sheep docile and unaware of the reality. Otherwise, that's the end of the calm before the storm, when the sheep find out the truth. So, that's it for this morning's on the plasma fire thing. When I erased that smoke cloud that I recorded the other day to make room for the video that I recorded this morning, the video I recorded this morning will be titled, Now You Know You're Free to Go. It's a lyric from a Imagine Dragons song titled Bad Liar. And I'm a real shitty liar. I am a bad liar. In a world full of lying liars, being as shitty of a liar as I am puts you at a great disadvantage. But that's the trade-off. And been dreaming of the payoff through the struggles and the trade-offs. Fighting tooth and nail on the way up. Tell them the truth, but they think it's just made up. Those are lyrics from Legendary by Welshly Arms. That's the trade-off. Being a truther in a world full of liars, I'm a bad liar, and that's the title of the song from which that lyric comes. Now you know you're free to go. And one of the tidbits in that video that I'm going to upload tonight, and I'm telling you, you should watch it if you're one of those people that's serious about this. One of the tidbits of truth is that you're all bloodline. It's not some special 13 families. And I told this to my mom and Doug while I was sitting in their room, and I spotted the pattern on their wallpaper that is DNA. The double helix. By the way, in the Mormon temple is the triple helix. So when I was sitting in my mom and Doug's bedroom one day, and I started having the spirit come through, I spotted the pattern on their wallpaper and showed them that this is representing DNA. There's the double helix. There's the lines that cross the double helix going all the way down. You're all bloodline, not just some special 13 families. And it hit me so hard I had to get up and walk out of their room. In the Mormon temple, I forget which one, but before they consecrate it, and it's off limits to anyone without a bishop's recommend, they let the public come see it. My girlfriend Amber wanted to go see it. We went. There is an apple tree engraved in the glass going up 2 or 3 floors. And I realized this looks like DNA, except it's 3 strands, not 2. And so before we went to this temple where the public's allowed to come in and check it out, Amber had heard from the people at the church that there was some sort of apple tree at the temple that goes up like 3 floors. And I was like, what? She's like, I don't know either, but apparently we'll see when we get there. And that's what I saw when I got there. And this was 10, 15 years ago. It's engraved into the glass. And it's an apple tree, but it's got vines. And apple trees don't have vines. But there are vines that go up all the way in the glass. And it's not just 2 swirling around each other, 2 vines. It's 3. And at the time, I realized that's a representation of DNA, except it's 3 strands, so that don't make sense. But the Queen's ceremony recently, link will be in the description, where she lit up 3 strands of DNA in some sort of holy ritual ceremony of the royal family. There's new conspiracy theories about the 3-strand DNA coming online. I'll just leave it at that. So, the video that I already recorded this morning that I will be uploading this evening will be titled, Now You Know You're Free to Go. And it's a recap of some things that I've already covered up until now, where you'll be able to see and understand and glean things that you weren't able to the first time that you watched them, if you watched them the first time. Because there's no reason for me to continue showing you my latest revelations and understandings, only to help you catch up to where I'm at now by recovering some of the steps along the way that I took to get here and the breadcrumbs that I laid in order to get here.